Why the older you get, the more sensitive you get. And you be crying and stuff and nervous about everything and worried about everything. Whoa, now, what's happening with it? How you? How your mom and them? Well, let's get into it. You want to know why? I'll tell you. Because we done been through some shit. Anyway, let's talk about it for real. I used to ask that question when I was younger because I had my dad's mother, my grandmother, and one of my dad's sisters, God rest their souls now. One of them, like my dad's sister, she used to be, she was so scary. She was scary. She was scared about everything. She was scared when it rained. She was scared of everything. You hear me? And she used to cry a lot too. But my grandmother, like the older she got, she used to cry. And I think, I believe because I have this thing about death now. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm so scared of death. And it's gonna happen for all of us. But I just got this thing that I'm constantly thinking about when I'm gonna die, how I'm gonna die, all that kind of stuff. Is it gonna hurt? I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna keep it 100, all the way 100. That's what I'll be thinking about as far as death. But I think with my grandmother, and it just really, I used to think about it sometimes when I was younger, not young, because when I was real young, we were all invincible. We couldn't die. We ain't even thought about that, until daddy passed. But anyway, I think that's why my grandmother on my daddy's side used to cry all the time, because I think she knew she was sick, and I think she knew that her time was coming to a close, or her time was coming, And then on the fact that just when we get older, we done been through so much, we done seen so much, it's like you get a better understanding, or you realize how precious life is. You know what I'm saying? Because I always said, but once you cross over a certain age, bruh, it look like that little time be flying by. I'm trying to tell you. But to get back to the point of why we so sensitive and all of that, because I watched this, I saw this, this video on TikTok, and I had already planned to do this video, but this video that I watched plays into this. And I'm going somewhere. I'm not going to be long, but I'm going somewhere. So, picture this lady was an OG, right? She been out in them streets from LA. She was an OG. Been in the streets, all of that. And she fussing about how gang banging is like people over it, like it's stupid now. I know I ain't gonna be able to find a video to put it in here, but anyway, she was just going on about that, how the OGs and the triple OGs, they need to teach these young fools that ain't where it's at. Now, not grew up, but I was in that environment for a long time. I said it before, I had some family members that was in gang banging. I met a bunch of people when I lived in LA. I spent like, a gang of years in LA, and I met a bunch of people that was in gang banging. I knew the culture. I knew people in the culture. But here's the thing. If you notice, there's only a few people that after they reach a certain age, or after they done been in the pen for so long, or after they done took their lick for so long or whatever, they realize that, bro, that ain't where it's at. And then they start trying to reach back and talk to the YGs. You know what I'm saying? Or the BGs, baby gangsters, or YGs, or whatever they call. You know, everybody got different names for them. But the young cats who just in there. The thing about it is, the reason for that, and that's what I mean by this whole post that this whole video is like, that's why, because we've gone through life and we've learned that the shit that I believed in my teens and 20s and even some 30s, that shit was trash. It was garbage, right? We grow up. We realize life is more precious than that. Even if, and I get it, oh, they killed my people, now we gotta retaliate, or I killed their people, now they gonna retaliate. I get that. That's just like in Louisiana, in New Orleans, Uptown, all of them projects, everybody knew everybody, but they was beefing because of some shit that happened way before they probably was even born. You feel what I'm saying? And I get that. But not to get off subject, I'm saying that to say why people get sensitive when they get older and different stuff like that. It's because they done learned. They've been through life. They done seen it all and heard it all. And like I say, this chick, her name, I think her name was Mama Boo or something like that. But she from the streets. But now she telling these dudes, y'all need to tell these youngsters that this ain't where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Because in they mind, see, you the OG. And most of the OGs I knew, they was about that paper. They wasn't set tripping about no colors and all of that. They was about getting that paper. And a lot of them I knew, they not rock with, but they mess with so to speak, the enemy. That's why you see now, and I don't know if it's still that way or how it is, but I've known Crips and Blood to get money together. I've known Crips and Bloods to be beefing and then go to the pen, and then years later they come back and they cool. Now I see you in my hood, I'm giving you a pass. Not that I have to, but because I rock with you now, I know you. Oh yeah, that's my dog, I gotta give him a pass, or vice versa. Somebody hit me up or bang on me, hey, where you from? Oh no, that's my dog, he got a pass. You feel me? Now, I don't know that deep into that. I could be all the way wrong, but I've seen this, right? But what I'm saying that to say is, these people done lived, and these people realize that life is more precious than, let me go out here and do whatever I feel like doing, and it ain't gonna come back to me. As opposed to, I done been that route and couldn't get a letter from the hood. You feel me? Or couldn't get nothing on my books, or couldn't, you know what I'm talking about, because it happens, but they don't know that. All they see is you coming home from the pen after 10 or 20 years and you swole and you got all the love because you're a triple OG and all the girls want you and all of the all of the youngsters want to be you. I mean, you could get enamored by that, or if that's the word, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's why older people get so sensitive, because they have lived. They have watched people die. They have watched people leave this earth. They have watched people get sick who they thought was Superman or Superwoman. You feel what I'm saying? And life, once you realize how precious life is, your whole life will change mentally. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why. And then even on the scared side of it, it's some shit that I used to, bro, I promise you, on everything I love, we used to jump off the top of houses. We used to build these big ass, tall ass ramps, high as we could build them, and run down the street on a bike, fast as you could go, and jump the ramp in the middle of the street, a concrete street or a asphalt street, and just fall off the bike and bang yourself up and get right back up and keep going. You didn't have you didn't have no experiences to gauge that by. Like you did all of this stupid shit because you ain't had. Okay, now I see what happened. So now I gotta readjust this. I can't be keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? But that's why. That's the difference, and that's why they get so nervous about certain things. It's just like even within the last 5 or 6 years, I used to operate equipment. Well, I still do. I train it sometimes. But I used to operate equipment. And certain things that I would have done just in them last 5 years or whatever, I look at that shit like it's like, I don't know about this. I don't know about that one. You know what I'm saying? I've had some cars that I built that I raced, and I mean going fast as I could go in these raggedy ass cars that I could have killed myself. I do still like speed, but it's certain things I ain't doing. And that's just what I'm saying about why we get more nervous as the older we get, why we get so emotional. Like sometimes I'll find myself getting emotional and be like, bro, what, you ever seen that that episode of Martin when he man up, man. Sometimes I find myself in them situations, and don't let it be one of my children. Boy, I'll cry like a damn baby. Or one of my grandchildren, bruh, I'll be like a big ass baby. I ain't gonna even lie about that. But it's just that, again, like I say, once you realize, you'll never understand life in its entirety. You'll never understand it. I don't think it was meant to be understood. I think that's just something for God to know. But once you start experiencing life in different ways, once you get out of the hood, once you get out of that whole gangbanging mentality, once you get out of the pen, once you get out of I made a video earlier about not having a certain amount of money or not seeing yourself with. Once you get out of those mentalities, then you find yourself in places where I'm not trying to do that no more. You know what I'm saying? So all in all, that's why old people get so sensitive. That's why old people cry so much. That's why old people get so nervous about certain things. Like they'll tell you, what you doing out there this time of night? Ain't nothing going on, because they know the type of shit that's going on. First of all, they know the shit going on in daylight, so let alone at night. And I'm not talking about the freaks coming out at night. I'm talking about them crazy ass folk coming out, the robbers and the killers and all of that shit that go on under the under the cover of night or whatever they say. But you get the picture. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is, you start to realize that, bro, I'm on the other side of the hill. Everything before this was uphill. I'm on my downslope. I'm on the other side. So one of these days, that's going to be a wrap. And then you start thinking, like, I hope I ain't wasted my life, or I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have. So your emotions, sometimes they just be all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I think the main, y'all gotta excuse me. I think the main thing about it is, like I say, when you get older and you've experienced life and you know your time is eventually going to come to an end, you realize, and at that point you realize that you're not invincible. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole different outlook. It's a whole different feeling. Everything about it is just different. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you want better for your children or your grandchildren or even the people around you. Because now I've learned. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that's where all of that come from. If you have an opinion, drop it down in the comments and let's talk about it. Otherwise, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you don't mind, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me, help a brother out. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell, that way you'll be notified every time I upload a video if you like this type of video. And so, again, for those of you who are following and watching, I appreciate you. I really do. I know I say it all the time, but I can't say it enough. Because I really do. From my heart. I really do. And y'all be easy. We'll see you in the next one. One love.